So what does last night mean for the rest of the race going forward? On Wednesdays, we love to chat with Scripps News political analyst Steve Schmidt. He joins us now. He's the founder of The Warning, a newsletter and podcast on Substack. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Steve, today we saw Nikki Haley drop out of the race. Huge moment in this 2024 campaign. We're staring down more than 200 days between now and Election Day. I want to ask you this, though. Is this the end of the moderate Republican? Because, I don't know, is the moderate Nikki Haley Republican going to be a Democrat come November?
Well, I reject the idea that Nikki Haley stands on an oppositional ideological divide from Donald Trump. She has been a charter member of the MAGA movement, served in the Trump administration. And if you recall, earlier in the campaign, she promised in the end, no matter what, she will endorse Donald Trump, and she will. And so Adam Kinzinger is out of the party. Liz Cheney is out of the party. The apostate Republicans who supported impeachment are all out of office. So the MAGA coalition includes cynics like Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz, Nikki Haley, who fall into the category of politician that John Kennedy once described when he said, "Beware the foolish men and women who seek power by trying to ride at the back of the tiger only to wind up inside." So Mitch McConnell is in that category. And what you see is all these vestigial elements of the Republican Party that tried to collaborate with this, that were complicit in its rising, who did not stop it when they had the power to do so, have in the end, as was always predictable, been utterly defenestrated by it. This is Donald Trump's party. This is the America First Party. It is as if Charles Lindbergh's argument in 1940 prevailed over the Wendell Willkie wing of the Republican Party, the internationalist wing. So this isolationist, nationalist, jingoist political party that is the descendant of the party of Lincoln and Eisenhower and Reagan is deeply detached from its roots. Deeply.
Steve, we've all seen the polls, though. Donald Trump is ahead time and again in the general in most battlegrounds. And Joe Biden is struggling on the economy, on age, on border, favorability. If you were advising him, where would you start as a turnaround?
There's a very simple thing to understand about this race, and it's been true through the entire Trump era. Whomever the race is about is the person who's losing the race. And Donald Trump has made the race about President Biden's competence, about his agility, about his ability to execute the duties of the office. He's been helped by a lot of right-wing media, but it's been relentless. President Biden has to make the race about Donald Trump. He has to make it about the risk that Trump poses to everybody. Now, Trump is talking about it was the greatest economy ever. 28,000 Mexican soldiers are building the wall. The Chinese were giving us billions of dollars. None of this stuff is true, yet there's an audience for it. Some of them have a lot of fervor for the message. But Joe Biden's gotta make a case for better. He's got to make a case in an environment where the overwhelming majority of the country, north of 70, between 70 and 80% of the country doesn't want this choice. He's got to make the choice that between two people the country doesn't want, he's the safer one. He's the better one.
Yeah.
In the end, voters vote their self-interest. And right now, they have assessed, if you were to believe the polls, if the election were tomorrow, Donald Trump would be elected president, but there are 244 days to go.
Steve, we got 45 seconds left. Former President Trump said today on Truth Social that he would debate President Biden anytime, anywhere, any place. You think President Biden will debate? Because I know some Democrats who are worried about what that...
Don't do it.
They may be worried about what that debate may look like.
Yeah.
I think that, like, when people say there's not going to be a debate, I think there's nothing more ludicrous. Of course there will. This is a huge moment, an enormous choice. And there is no getting around that these two men will stand in the square, in the center, mano a mano, at least 3 times. And those debates are going to be determinative, I suspect, of the outcome of the race. They're going to be hugely watched. There's no escaping them. And anybody who believes that Joe Biden can run this race without debating Donald Trump is very, very foolish and giving very, very bad advice.
No, I think we're all eager to see if that comes to fruition. In the meantime, tomorrow night, a lot of advisors saying, keep it short, Mr. President. Don't go on a really long, State of the Union. Let's see how this all plays out. Scripps News political analyst Steve Schmidt, thanks